when I first started making these videos, I didn't think anybody was going to watch them, so I didn't really think too much about the fact that literally anybody with access to YouTube could possibly be watching them and like leaving their thoughts on what I'm putting out there, because I'm pretty much laying myself pretty bare here. And you know, to be fair, most of the things people are writing is 99.9% of the stuff is really nice and positive, and you know, there's a few people that are just saying things that are a bit controversial, but it's fine. Like, I get it. Like, not everyone knows my situation. You know, some people think that I'm not working hard enough or not trying hard enough, or you know, that this and that, whatever. So you know, all the positive stuff is really good, and you know, I kind of expect at some point there's going to be some negativity, and that's fine. I'm relatively thick-skinned. You know, there's not too much that you can say that's going to hurt my feelings that hasn't already been said before. You know, like, you pick on how I look, and you know, how I talk, and whatever else. The fact that when I'm making videos, like, my eyes are going all over the place, and like I look ADD or whatever, and you know, I got squiffy teeth, and sometimes when I smile I look like a fucking beaver. And that's fine. You can't really hurt my feelings. But what does piss me off is one of the comments I got yesterday, and I kind of addressed it, and it just, I've sat thinking about it for a while, and I'm gonna pull it up, because I'm gonna call it out, because I think it's pretty dog shit, to be honest. And it was some dude called Biggles. I'm assuming it's a dude, because I don't think females would write such nonsense down. So Biggles, if you're watching this, pull your head in, man, because you got a really shitty attitude. And like, I can't believe, like, you think it, let alone wrote it. Like, he wrote on my last video, too many homeless New Zealand people in Australia. We have enough homeless people without having to look after another country's homeless. I was homeless on the Gold Coast, and 80% are from New Zealand. There shouldn't be a free border with New Zealand and Australia. It's ridiculous. It's one-way traffic. And I kind of, I don't know, I kind of let that one go, but I dwelled on it overnight, and the more I think about it, the more I'm like, that's just such a shitty way of looking at things, and it's such an unempathetic way to act towards other people who are struggling, especially if they've been in that situation themselves. And like, firstly, we have enough homeless people without having to look after another country's homeless. It doesn't make any sense, because people are homeless because no one's looking after them, because the governments don't give a shit. The Australian government doesn't give a shit about the homeless people on the street. New Zealand government doesn't give a shit about homeless people on the street. The American government definitely doesn't give a shit about their homeless. So what are you talking about? No one cares about them. That's why they're in that situation. If the government cared, they wouldn't be living on the street. They would be getting the care that they need to get them back on their feet. You know what I mean? Like, what are you on about, man? And secondly, like, I'm not really homeless. Like, I have a home. It's my car. Like, I work, and I've always worked since coming to this country. I've been paying tax here for 13 years, but I'm not entitled to welfare help. Like, the government won't help me. If I run out of money and I get in the shit, there's no welfare for me, because I'm from New Zealand. They don't care. But it's not so. But it's not the same way around. Like, if an Australian goes to New Zealand, and you get into a bit of strife, there's payments available. So yeah, so fuck off, basically. And I'll probably just wrap the video up, otherwise I'm going to get onto a steaming rant. I'm going to finish the video off by saying that, well, basically the Gold Coast is a shithole, and it's got a meth problem. And if you live on the Gold Coast and this offends you, I'm really sorry, but I don't care. It's a shithole. But for some reason, that's where a lot of Kiwis end up going, because, I don't know, they just are myopic and haven't really looked at what else the rest of the country has to offer, because if they did, they would probably go other places as well. It's just kind of easy pickings. But yeah, I'm imagining that a lot of Kiwis just head over there because they think it's paradise, and then you know, get into the party scene and start tickling the old glass pipe, and end up on the street. So those people need help too. So it's got nothing to do with where they're from, really. And also, there shouldn't be a free border between Australia and New Zealand is the most mind-boggling thing I've ever heard, because Australians and New Zealanders fought next to each other in the war, man, for God's sake. Like, that's got to be worth something, right? Like, my granddad probably fought in the same place as your granddad. So to say that we shouldn't be like shoulder to shoulder and kind of, like keeping the border open so that we can just come and go between the countries as we please, like we mostly have done for years, is really, I don't know, man. Like, I think you should hang up your Aussie flag and go somewhere else, because you have a really American attitude. Yeah, I'm going to sign off because I've got to go and do some work now, to put some tax back into your economy, so that if you ever end up homeless again, you can you can get some welfare. Okay, bye.